And we're here! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Some Other Heroes. How you doing? Hope you've had a wonderful week. It is a bit wet and chilly here in the UK at the moment.
Feckin' freezing.
It went really warm and it's gone cold again, so we don't know what we're doing
I love it.
anymore.
It means jumpers and big socks.
You can tell this is a British stream. We've already talked about the weather. Hi. We are Some Other Heroes. We are queer Dungeoneers playing a homebrew game of Dungeons and Dragons set in a world of floating islands and skyships and strange magics and deep, deep mysteries. My name is Chris. I use he, him. I am the GM and producer for this show, this wonderful ongoing adventure, and with me are only 3 of my regular players. Unfortunately, Theo is really feeling under the weather, so we are sending them our love. Hope they recover super quickly, and we've all promised that we're going to take good care of Eugene, the precious boy, whilst
We'll
Theo
feed
is recovering.
him, we'll take him out for walks, we'll clean him.
Yeah.
We'll be really, really good.
Just pop a book into his hands every once in a while to make sure that he is stimulated.
Enrichment, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe put a book in like a box of newspaper so he can forage. You've got to enrich the wizards.
The enrichment.
Yeah.
In wizard enrichment. Okay. How middle class. Because Theo's not here and there's no danger of Theo going first, I can dice you this week.
What's up?
Wayne, you get to go first this week.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Wayne. My pronouns are he, him, and I shall be playing the Dragonborn Rock.
Wonderful. And Michelle, you are second.
Ooh, cool. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. My pronouns are she, her, and today I'll be playing the super stabby rogue ranger, Skia.
Super stabby.
Super stabby. She's not actually that super stabby.
She's very good
It's
at the
her
stabby.
brand now.
Yeah, she's good at it. She's not that stabby.
These days she's more slashy.
She is.
She's still sneaky though.
She is still sneaky. Yes.
Always sneaky. Sometimes stab.
All the numbers are Charlie for this one.
Not to brag. Hello, I'm Charlie. She, her pronouns for me, as is for Aisling, my Saw Warlock Chaos Satyr.
Hey!
Swallock.
Swallock. Amazing. Before we jump into today's adventure, we want to shout out our wonderful mods. We have 2 mods out there just keeping place safe. We are an LGBTQIA plus friendly stream. We welcome anybody, particularly anyone from marginalised communities, and we would like them to feel safe and welcome in our community. To that end, we have 2 fabulous mods who keep an eye on the chat. Just watch out for things that are untoward or disrespectful.
Or TERFs or Tories. Fuck Trump, you know.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. If at any point you see something, and generally speaking, this lot are absolute lightning and they will zap it super quick. But if you do see anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or concerned, please do whisper to either of those wonderful, wonderful people, and they will look into it. Did say who they were: Bespectacled Man and Hedgehawk UK. Sorry, brain's a little fuzzy this evening apparently. So we'll do it again just to make sure. Also, we have a lovely extended family across the internet of queer creators, TTRPG nerds, and wonderful storytellers who we love to connect with. And we showcase as many of them as we can during our interval. The interval is going to change for December because there's some new people to put in there. But check out the wonderful folks who are currently running and creating things out in the internet space. Give them some support, show them some love. They're amazing people and we love what they do. Is there anything else or any one else we need to shout about at the moment?
I don't think so.
Nope,
I've
don't
got
think
one
so.
thing. Congratulations on new home, Charlie!
Yeah,
Woo!
what? Yeah, what? Still renting. It's not some cool I just bought my first house, but it's not flooded like this house is.
That's a win.
That's a win. That's a positive.
These days we take the wins where we can get them.
We
Yeah.
really do.
So, yeah, in the next 2.5, 3 weeks, all of this is going to change.
New streams location. Who this?
Yep,
I'm looking
it'll
forward
still
to it. I
be
can't wait.
maximalist and ridiculous, don't worry.
We would expect nothing less. But yeah, congratulations. I know it's been really big
Thank
thing.
you. It's been garbage.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, Michelle?
I just wanted to jump in because I was like, I do have a shout out.
do.
I don't know if she's watching, but I want to say thank you to Ash, aka Automatic Dice on Instagram. She's not been making dice for a while, but she sent me these really beautiful Skia dice. They're
Oh my
black with like
gosh.
pink glitter.
Those are the ones you sent the picture of. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning.
So I'm rolling with new dice today. So
Oh, all the pressure, all the pressure.
there's a lot of pressure. If I roll badly, blame Ash. But
Do you
no.
have any sage in case?
I was going to say chuck them in some salt first.
Oh,
and then
so
use them.
I was just gonna bathe them in the moonlight and hope that
That'll
worked.
do.
Moonlight
also,
and,
yeah.
and blood can also work. So, yeah. Chase your bliss.
Although,
The blood of your enemies.
yeah.
Blood of your enemies. Yeah.
I'll try that if the moon stuff doesn't work.
Yeah. Try moon.
Go for the
and
moon
then-
stuff first because it's easier to clean off.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Please don't murder
Lot less
people.
prep.
It's not good. Unless it's absolutely necessary. We are, of course, joking.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
TM, NDA.
TM. So I guess with that, and thank you for that, Michelle, and thank you, Flash. You are absolutely amazing. We've all got a set of your dice as well. We love them to pieces.
Is that who did the Ashling dice?
It is who did
Yeah.
the Ashling dice.
I love them.
Yes, and did my Skigrig dice, which I use occasionally, and
Particularly
roll
those.
very well. So I rotate them just in case on how cruel
So
I'm
pretty.
feeling.
And I've not, ever had sharper dice than this.
I love sharp
They are
ended dice.
deadly sharp, and I
Yeah,
love that.
that's what I love.
I can't.
D4s?
I just find those
Oh!
the generally rounded dice these days. I just find are for cowards, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree
Fighting
completely.
words.
All my
Yeah.
dice are sharp and also made of metal, predominantly. So
If they cannot be repurposed into a spearhead, your dice ain't it.
Not sharp enough.
Apparently,
the
some
rules.
other heroes chose violence today.
Eugene's not here,
I mean,
so we can do what we want.
this is an ordinary dice roll, just for sound effect purposes.
Fuck. It's a hefty lad.
We want
Probably got
yeah.
that through both mics, actually, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
If we've stopped with the violence and the threatening people, I think I might drop some titles.
treats.
And we're in. Which just leaves for me to say, previously on Some Other Heroes.
Oh!
Our adventurers are in the Imperial-occupied nation of Curse Hollow.
Uh-oh. Sounds great.
Travelled here in an attempt to capture an undead or not dying soul, to gain entrance beyond the veil to talk to the god of death and negotiate the return of Aisling's life force so that she and Alabaster can be separated and neither one of them have to die.
We so deserve a beach episode after that. After all of this.
They have landed near the city of Overhang to a small dwarven village, and they have immediately got a genuine feel for how tense things are in this nation. The locals who do not want the Empire there, but are forced to bite down because there is no better option for them. The danger that lurks around every corner on this cursed land. The powerful, strange and twisted undead and other things that lurk in the strange forests that are barely alive around. But it's not all bad. They got to ride on some giant beetles called stone tappers.
I think you'll find they were called Jennifer, Sparkface, and Barrel.
Quartz knockers.
They got to meet a wonderful gender fluid ogre who was able to assist them, and most importantly, having fought off an army of vampires and strange animal spirits, they reunited with Skia's friend and colleague, Duskgaze, deep within a location known as the Pickets, the last defense against the wilds for Overhang, which presently has just survived being overrun by undead. You are presently in a small office, secluded away, with just Duskgaze, who is in the middle of trying to kind of get a sense of why you're here. And I think we left it that he was asking you what your mission was and why you had come to Curse Hollow. So, you are in this strange, ramshack, wooden fort that looks like it is only wood because it is the easiest way to keep it repaired under the damage that it comes to regular basis. Outside, you can hear people dragging corpses, and every once in a while you can hear the dull thud of somebody cutting through meat.
ASMR, I love it.
Skia, you can roll me a wisdom history check.
Oh, thank you. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and that's an 18.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, you probably don't want to bring this up with your friends just yet, but you know that what they're doing is they are beheading anyone who was taken down by a vampire bite.
I mean,
Lovely.
that's sensible.
Skia just walks over to the door and just shuts it.
I don't think so.
And starts talking loudly. So Aisling probably just doesn't want Rock to hear it either, but definitely doesn't want Aisling to hear it.
What have you been up to?
Duskgaze, I don't think anybody
Small
fails. Duskgaze kind of looks around and kind of, this, I have been here for the last 2 months.
Right, well,
Okay.
Why?
I would imagine that's kept you busy.
Very. This is difficult. First off, who are you two going as? So I do not get it wrong.
Skylar and Uncle
Kevin?
Kevin Raffin.
Yeah,
Kevin
Uncle
Raffin.
Kev.
Yeah.
That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yes. Of one of the lower houses of the Empire, and somebody I know. So we were warned to be prepared to. I think they said to show lineage or something, or to display lineage. So yes, I thought it's safe for that. And this is currently Skylar. Skymanson.
Yeah, Skymanson.
Skylar. Okay,
It's good.
that
Yeah.
is fine.
Honestly, and
It changes.
it's a
every
long
time.
story. But yes,
She's wanted by the Empire for attempted murder. That is not a long story. She's in
oh no,
disguise.
Skylar is not. No.
No, Skylar is not. Skia is though.
I don't know who this skier person
Who's
is.
that?
Never heard of
I mean,
her.
are you able to help us get through? We're heading to Overhang. Are we?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not a problem. We can organize going in there. Jagath and Mirin are in Overhang with the captain at the moment, Skylar. So
Okay.
I can take you to them. We can say you are mercenary adventurers.
Yes, that's what we've been saying.
Come to earn some coin, killing undead.
Yeah. That's been our thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice and vague.
That's kind of what we said when we landed. So that
Uh-huh.
that would fit if anybody did happen to be around when we arrived. So yeah.
Why are you here, of all places? This is not a good place to be.
I mean, to be honest, that is why we're here. To a large degree, we are here to kill. Well, a specific undead. It is quite a long story, but in short, we're here to save Ashling's life, and to do so, we have to hopefully destroy an undead creature of some sort that has been around for too long. I believe that was the reference I got. Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Yes.
While Rock's talking and Skia's going around shutting all the windows and making noises to cover up the beheading outside, can she be? She's just gonna be. I don't necessarily want anything from it, but she is going through these desks, like not like rummaging in drawers, but like, okay, what are you doing? What's happening here? What's the
Love
plan? What
You're doing the equivalent of, when you're in a conversation in Baldur's Gate and you just take Astarion off to go ransacking whilst the other lot are talking.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You're doing that.
But I'm gathering intel.
Oh,
Yes. Like any good action adventure, you're making friends with the locals while you ransack their house and steal all their belongings.
Exactly.
Quite.
Intel is what they call gold nowadays.
You can roll me an investigation check, and you can have advantage because Eugene has a similar idea and is kind of peering over that way.
Great
Also,
job, Eugene.
where is the celebrant?
Standing quietly disguised as a half-elf in the corner at the
I love
moment.
calling so much.
Got it.
Natural
Not
20.
because Kenku are...
Oh!
It's not because... Sorry, what was that?
Natural 20. Sorry.
Natural 20.
Is that with your new dice?
Yeah.
Your first
Yes.
roll was a
First.
nat 20?
Second. It was my
Second.
second roll. But
That's still delicious.
so
First stream
good.
roll, though. That's quite important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ash.
So, you give a cursory look over this desk. It's a lot of things about troop movements and disposition. There's a lot of things about like stock and food needs and things like that. The thing you do manage to pick up in the quick scan over you do, because you're sharply kind of bouncing through there. The Drakes are effectively in command. However, a number of Imperial officers and troops have been moved into the encampment. And the impression you get from a couple of things is that since what happened in the capital, although they cannot officially declare the Drakes any sort of traitor or conspirators, they are being watched.
Yeah.
Captain Talon and Ossir are doing their best to shield, but that is one of the reasons the Drakes are here, of all places. It's far enough away and dangerous enough that nobody will be able to kind of do much. And the Imperials they have here are probably a little questionable as well, because you don't send good troops to Curse Hollow to die.
Yeah. As the old proverb goes.
Yes, you don't use your good troops in Curse Hollow. Don't use the good China.
I was going to say that.
Cool. Yeah, then I think Skia kind of like just slinks to the back of a room to find a shadow to hide in, and it's just kind of like mutters under her breath like, shit, I should not have come here, and then just like head in hands in the corner of the room while this conversation's happening.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I pick up on this with Skia?
Yes. I think given you know the circumstances,
I
might
do
even-
not.
You do. I was going to say you can have advantage because
Okay.
you've been with Skia since this all started.
Oh, now I do. Oh yeah, that was a 21.
Ew.
Yeah, I think you're not actively, you're just kind of withdrawing as opposed to actively hiding.
It's more of like a reaction Ski is having rather than like, oh, I don't want anyone to hear this. It's like,
Yeah, that's the
oh,
thing. If he was trying to hide it, there's no way I would see it. But just seeing
Yeah.
her kind of reaction to that, I think Rock is just kind of clocking it. Mainly because he's also feels like maybe we shouldn't be here. Like we should move as quickly as we can out of here.
Yeah.
So you are hunting this undead?
Yes, I think it was described as, let's see, something endless was, I think, the description.
That is, I mean, throw a fucking stone in this place, pardon my language. But that's not bad, and it's very interesting to me. We were sent to reinforce garrison because the nature of this place changed 3 months ago.
How?
It got much worse.
Great.
Very
I was
quickly.
hoping you'd say that.
And do you know why?
Absolutely no clue. But the Drakes were sent to reinforce this garrison. We have since had multiple attacks. They are trying to take our men. We have got some reinforcements, some from the locals, some from other garrisons around Curse Hollow, other Drakes as well. But we are stretched thin. So if there is a thing that is causing this and you can make it go away, that will make everything better.
Well, I really do mean this, but I would love to say we would stay and give you a hand, but I think it's probably better if we don't.
Yes, no, you will not stay here. You're not staying in this camp. Pardon my language. It's lovely to see you all, but I need to get you out before somebody puts 3 and 3 together.
Well, yes, we don't want to put anyone else at risk, but also time is of the essence. So, I mean, what is the process? How can we get through here without causing too much of a fuss?
Canticle and I will need to take you to the captain to have you officially signed on, and so
Okay.
you can meet some of the officials, and then from there we can help a bit better, easier.
Okay. Is there anything we need to know about the captain that may help us to stay on his good side or their good side?
I think Duskgaze kind of casts a glance at Skia. It's better you come from Skylar. I trust Talan. He's never steered us wrong. He is a good man.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain he knows what Skia and Estri do and turns the right level of blind eye. So that
As long
means he
as-
is on their side.
Okay.
I think
I'm-
as long as we tell them, as long as we tell the captain we're mercenaries, we're here to do a job, make sure he doesn't have to ask too many questions, we get in, we get out.
And stress that we are wanting to get out of their hair and cause as little additional hassle for them as possible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Wait.
well, I mean...
Wait, and there's a soft knock at the door. And
I hide.
Gone.
a familiar female voice that Skia you recognise because you trained this young person when they first joined the Drakes. Lieutenant, Sergeant Craw's on his way over. You might want to wrap up your business quickly. I'll deal with Craw. You stay here. And he steps outside. Who is closest to the door?
Probably me, because these guys seem like they're skulking about.
Ski's
me
up
a-
in the rafters already.
Make me a
Yeah.
perception check.
Okie dokie.
Skia's doing this above the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. doesn't-
18.
18.
Yeah.
The door is not completely closed. This large knoll steps out, and this small, wiry human who radiates small man complex. Kind of
Jack Russell person.
the Jack Russell person, yes, bowls up to him. He's wearing official Imperial officer's garb,
boy.
ranked at sergeant. It is not the best put together armour. It is tatty in places. Begging your pardon, Lieutenant, but what the fuck are you doing? We have dead that we need to sort out, and we have a investigation to sort out. And meantime, you're hobnobbing with some mercenaries who happen to magically turn up just as the vampires attacked. You rarely see Duskgaze become aggressive. He does, however, you see the back from where you are, actually, you see the hackles raise ever so slightly, and he leans over this man, and he's nearly twice his size, and says, "For the record, it has already been established one of your men was the idiot who got bitten and hid it from the rest of us. If you can't keep your men out of the hothouses in town, you and the rest of them can clean up the mess you make. You may not answer directly to Ossir, but you are here under our command, and you will follow orders."
Get right.
There's a moment where the guy looks like he's gonna try and snap back, and he remembers what he's up against, and he goes,
Starts crying.
"Understood, sir," and then kind of like snaps off.
Ashling's just pulling that face. She's like,
Gothic! You watch as another familiar face to you, Skia, a lanky hobgoblin with like greeny brown fur and very sharp yellow eyes. You know him. He's a ranger for you guys, and he's risen up the ranks quickly. very likable, likes a good drink, likes a good joke, but very good at what he does. He kind of like lowers himself out off of the top of a roof. Yes, boss. I need to take these mercenaries in town to get them signed on. You will be in charge. Do not take shit from that little man. Use arrows if you have to, or Arlo if you don't want to. You know how sharp she can be. The Drakes are in command here. Clean up this mess as best you can. Reforge the picket. Close up and check everybody for freaking bites. As you wish, Lieutenant. Best of luck. And there's a kind of his eyes settle on you, Aisling, and past you and straight onto Skia, where you're lurking in the shadows. And there's a half smile, and then he goes back about his business.
That's my replacement. He's so good at his job.
So he steps back into the hut. So, I need to introduce you to Canticle, who will be traveling with us. I need to forewarn you, Canticle is an undead, but he is in control, he is not manipulated, and he is working with us of his own will.
Okay.
But I don't. It's best to tell you up front rather than you wanting to stab him as soon as he appears.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's also quite good to know, because if I do the kind of detecting undead thing and that comes as a surprise, that's probably not wise.
Yeah, we would stab him for sure. So why are they working with you? Like, what's their deal? They're an undead. Like, what is this deal with the undead?
You've probably encountered before. Some people who die in Hearst Hollow don't die and just carry on, but they carry on as they are. It's rarer than them coming back and trying to bite people, but it's still good. And Canticle is good, man.
What is it that makes them retain some kind of control and the others not?
Do you have any divine sense?
Yes.
So, this place is ambiently cursed. The whole land is worse, and he kind of looks at Skylar directly. It's worse here than it was where my people were. Much worse.
Shit.
And the magic just seeps in over generations, and some people are just tied to the land in ways that they don't want to be. Canticle has been dead for 50 years, he says. He was only alive for 30.
I mean, if he's been around that long, would he have some idea on what's changed?
Just a feeling, but by all means, please ask any questions. Canticle is very helpful, very patient soul.
Okay, well, we should probably get the sort of sergeant thing over, or whoever it is we've got to see first, though.
We need to go to Overheim for you to meet Captain.
Oh, okay.
You up for walking?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, how far is it?
2 hours, maybe.
Oh, no, we can manage that.
I mean, yeah.
We go cautiously, though, because this may not be over.
Because...
Yes.
Yeah.
As you kind of step outside the hut, that halfling Arlo walks up, and she's you can see her more clearly at the moment. She is a cheerful looking woman despite everything that's going on, with very dark skin and a absolute mop of curly dark hair, which she has tried to shove up into something resembling a bun, but clearly doesn't have the right equipment to do what she wants to do with it at the moment. Somehow she has managed to find some gold eyeshadow, which she has applied in a liberal sense and to cheer herself up by the looks of it.
Stunning.
Beautiful.
And she is bouncing a sling and rocks through her hands at the moment. And she smiles, and behind her is a tall, hooded figure who moves with kind of a shamble, you would probably say. Like a slight jerky movements to them.
And what was his name again?
Which one?
Canticle.
Canticle. Ah, Canticle. Good. This is Kivan. This is Skylar, a friend of mine. They have come to assist with hunting those undead who are unrested. With them are Eugene and Ashling and Calling, you said. Calling nods.
Yes.
They are adventurers. They are here to help. We are going to get them signed onto the books. I would like you to come back with me to town. Things are tense here, and I don't want any kind of nods towards the Imperials taking pot shots at you whilst I am not here. Cantu, underneath the hood, you hear, "Very good. Duskgaze, I would be honored to accompany you all."
Your what's the word I'm looking for? Company is appreciated.
Have you had a chance to explain my situation? I have. In which case I will not hide around you. And he pulls back his hood, and he is a floating skull above leather armor.
Fucking Ghost Rider, hell yeah.
You look so cool.
There is a soft, like almost peach glow coming from him. Kind of deeps into this like slight ash that kind of drips off of him at the back. I am Canticle. In life, I was a young priest. In death, I protect those who would fall to my fate.
I mean, this is quite a look, I must say.
Yeah, hi.
So good. Love it.
It's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah, you're
cool.
very
I mean,
pretty.
sorry about it and everything, but
Sorry about it, but you're gorgeous.
I mean, it's been 50 years. I'd imagine he's over it by now.
you can't say that. You can't just be like, "Oh, it'll be over it by now," right? I mean, yeah.
I think Dust kind of nudges you at like when you kind of slip.
Uncle Kev. Anyway, can we get going? I want to go fight this thing and get out of this place.
But I'll just give some quick orders and then we can go. Meet me at the south gate.
Okay.
And he kind of marches off, and you hear his broad, gruff tone inclining some orders more gently towards the other drakes. You see several faces that you recognize, Skia. Like most of the young troops that you were training before you left are here. There's some new faces you don't recognize, but there seems to be already that sort of brotherhood amongst them, that siblinghood between them, where they are already part. Your little mercenary troop has grown significantly.
Yeah, what the hell?
Aww.
She's both so proud and also so like, this is my troop. Get out.
Did he say some of the other of your close troop were here? Did I hear him say Jagged is here?
And
does that mean that you can you Can you see them and talk to them? I mean, I know you missed them.
They're in. I think I can see them, but I don't think they should know I'm here.
Okay.
I don't. Look, this lot, and she gestures to like the extra Imperial forces. They're babysitting them because of me. And I don't want to put them in a position where they feel like they have to defend me or
Yeah,
give me up.
that's fair. I will take your lead on that. I know that you missed them.
I miss them a lot. But seeing them, at least I know they're okay, you know?
Well, and they're still clearly not taking any shit from anyone.
Yeah, so that's great. They seem to be doing okay. I was worried about them. And, you know, I know they're being babysat and sent to the worst place ever, but...
I mean, weren't you kind of based here anyway?
I mean, they send us here a lot, so yeah, it's not like... it's not like that much of a change, but it is a bit, I don't know. I really thought... I thought maybe if I could just see them and let them know I'm okay... Or, you know, maybe they think I did it and the twins hate me. I don't know.
Really, don't be ridiculous.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Do you look me in the eye, do you honestly think the twins would believe the stories that are going around about you? Do you think any of your troop, the people who were with you days in and out, who came to our rescue on the island, do you really think they would believe that you had just turned your back on everything you believe in? Really? You think that? No.
No.
So
you're right. They
I know it's
that I failed.
I know it's not a great situation and it's all a bit tricky to see them and stuff, but they'll always have your back, and for now we just have to keep our distance because it's the best way of keeping them safe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to keep them safe. That's what I want. So
I get it.
we'll go. We'll speak to the captain, and we'll just pretend to be mercenaries and just won't mention your name or my name
Again.
Kevin. Uncle. Cousin? Oh no, Eugene's cousin. Your uncle. Do you want to be cousin? Oh, it's a bit late now.
I just use my name.
Okay. Uncle Kevin.
Old Uncle Kev.
Not old.
Young Uncle Kev.
Okay. Yeah.
You notice that Arlo is kind of hovering around just to give you guys some space, but she looks like she wants to have a quick chat with you all.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, you're real alarmingly cheerful for this place.
And
Well,
sparkly.
someone's got to be. Look at this place. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But
No
between me and
argument from
Canticle, we try and keep everyone's spirits up. I mean, Canticle literally physically.
Wait, was that an
spirits.
undead pun?
Yes, you get it.
That was good.
That's great. You're fun.
I just want to say, whilst the lieutenant is busy and everything, and she looks directly at Skylar, that none of us believe what happened to our friend is true. And when she's ready to come back, we've got her back.
Skia holds back a tear. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean comes back? She's not coming
Weirdo.
back.
Why not?
Because I'm sure she's got a new place to be with new people.
Great save, lads.
Yeah. Well, would really not like to be her right now. Yeah. Yeah.
She just not winks, and then in cant across her chest she says, "We've got you, sister."
Skia does it back.
My God.
Like a thanks. I'm not
just
staying
gonna-
with those losers.
Just gonna whisper to Aisling. Go, I think she's having a seizure. Rude.
Duskgaze comes back round the corner, looking a little satisfied as you watch that the hobgoblin come round the corner, kind of pointing and saying things, and the sergeant who you saw before just kind of like, if a white face could glow pink, it would be with just the amount of pressure that this man is currently trying to hold down.
Oh my God.
And the hobgoblin is quite clearly enjoying being able to say, and you must do this, and I need you to do this. Thus, he kind of walks up. We should probably go before he recovers his courage.
Yeah, let's go.
Sure.
And sets out. Outside the gate, the landscape becomes what you're familiar with. This side of the pickets, you can see farmlands, or what should be farmlands, are being scraped out with minimal life growing in them. Strange plants growing in place where you can see farmers desperately trying to fight back against weird roots. Canticle floats along with you, and every once in a while, I sense something. We should wait. As you stop, you watch as these kind of corrupted looking wolves pull themselves over a wall and kind of slough. And as they go, they leave this strange black ichor and then keep on going. They are gone. We can continue. And this happens 2 or 3 times. A couple of times it's a zombie that has wandered too far from a graveyard, at which point Duskgaze literally just walks up, mutters something, a prayer to Sister Sun, and there's a flash of light, and the corpse turns back into a corpse, which he then proceeds to push to one side. Unfortunately, we do not have time to do full burial.
Can I, if I can, I would want to chat to Canticle.
Canticle's very receptive to conversation.
Yeah, I mean, just as we're walking, just kind of say, I hope you don't mind me asking, but as you've been here a while, from what we hear, I know things have got worse. Do you have any inclination, sort of, what has caused that, or if there's a center point that it seems to be coming from?
Yes. There is an increased amount of necrotic magic flowing through the land. I have not been able to pinpoint an exact location, but it feels stronger towards Overhang. I suspect something in the city.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good in that that's where we're heading.
There are no clear signs as to what caused it, but the captain himself has been investigating.
And when did it all start, or when did it get worse?
3 or 4 months ago. The undead have always been restless, and they have always envied the living here. But suddenly they became focused, aggressive, greater in number. Most worrying, the few vampire spawn we had to deal with before became organized, clever. They started stalking, not out of hunger, but recruitment. That is what happened to the pickets. One of the Imperials, we suspect, was bitten while out on the town. Maybe at one of the hot houses or a bar. They returned and pretended to be normal. As you can see, very little sunlight he comes here, so there is nothing to curse vampires in that way. They opened the gates and let that force in. We were chasing them off when you arrived.
I mean, sending someone to infiltrate and let them in is hardly a sort of hunger reaction. That's orchestrated and planned. Chris, question to DM, because I'm not sure myself. Does the 3 or 4 months ago time frame ring any bells or coincide with any particular events that we've been involved in?
It was about the time that Skia joined you, but it's not.
I told you she was undead.
So
Nobody alive can be that sneaky.
but no, nothing. I mean, obviously, you guys have been dealing with high magic and like things like that. I mean, things have been changing with the Sky Shield for the best part of the last year. Not even that really, about the last 6 months, I would say. Since probably been about 6 months since Parshkikk and the Ale.
It's only been
I would
6
say.
months.
6 months.
6-7 months maybe. It's not been that long. Yeah,
Oh my god.
lots happened.
Yeah.
I think time's the soup. But yeah, you can't really sort of pinpoint a particular event or something that would have happened. You do know during that time that your enemies have been sharply moving, and you seem to keep encountering things that they have done.
Yeah.
Which is worrying. So I think it's not unreasonable for the 4 of you to kind of go, I wonder if this is something to do with Dogarth Harradin or Callie Misthurst or Matrim Risford.
No.
They've never caused us any problems.
Or the Dragon King, this mysterious figure who's behind it all.
I would assume it was connected to that. I just wondered if there was a particular event that we would associate it with. There was another question ahead. No, it's gone.
Sorry, yeah, fine. My explanation just kind of bulldozed over that. If you think about it, ask. Canticle carries, actually stops you at this point, and you watch as this black vine kind of slithers back onto the road.
Rock's definitely going to take a step back.
There are many things which hunger in this land.
Keep vines away from that one.
I will attempt to keep you all safe.
Okay.
You carry on down the road. Duskgaze is uncharacteristically quiet. Like he's not the most boisterous of your friends, but he seems very, very like his attention's permanently split between what's going on and something else that he's trying to work out.
Can Skia sidle up next to him and just walk silently next to him? And because I think she will be concerned that it's that thing that's splitting his mind is her being there. And she's like, just say the word and we'll go. Or if you need to turn me in, I understand.
If I turn you in, I lose my best chance to find the other one of my friends who is missing. You are a welcome complication, Skylar.
Thanks.
We have
Skylar, the
worried.
welcome complications. Skylar.
We have worried deeply, and I know that Jaggeth broke silence to try and contact you and Rock. But
Yeah.
that is just an indication of how we feel. This place, though, this is not your fault. Someone would have had to come here to deal with this. And I am surprised it has taken this long for our troop of misfits and ne'er-do-wells to not end up here.
I would have visited earlier, but God, trouble they's not get into.
I can imagine. I mean, first time we met them, we had to kill ancient god of Fae.
Ow.
And it's only gotten weirder.
Okay, we are finding quiet place, and you are totally catching me up on everything.
I'll tell you everything.
I am
Maybe-
deeply
well,
invested.
Yeah, maybe once I'm not, wanted by the entire empire.
Cool. How's that whole clearing your name thing going?
Oh,
Was that
I
a
didn't-
thing we were doing?
yeah. That's an option. Clearing my name? No. I'm just, I don't know. It's fine. I don't mind. No, I do mind. My annoyance is they think I attempted the assassination.
Yeah, but that is the part we thought was untrue.
Thank you, right? If I was gonna do it, I'd do it. But no, it's, yeah, not really working on clearing my name. We got some things in the back pocket that we're trying, but,
Are they
just
knives? They're knives, aren't they?
Yeah.
Also nice. Always also nice. But for now, just trying to. And she looks back at Aisling. We just want to save our friend, and then I can worry about clearing my name, or proving that if I'm gonna assassinate the emperor, I will do it. It's gonna be one
Hey,
for something.
there are
May as well do it.
people. There are people in this empire that would sing a hero's praise if that happened. A lot of them live on this island.
Alright,
I thank you
maybe
for that.
here's where I start spreading it. But yeah, no. I
What
think-
is calling?
What is calling?
Yes.
Oh, calling is what is the word? Like a priest?
That is explaining some of energy that I am reading off of him.
Yeah. They're priests of the what's the god called?
They who wait beyond the veil.
They're for they who wait beyond the veil.
No
they're-
shit, really?
Yeah.
No,
What? Is this like are you?
and I just bring Canticle in front of them like
Ah, I didn't
Hey,
really
then-
think of that.
it's like Canticle, hey, he's nice undead, and then priest of the god of dead is like, no, you are just dead.
Yeah, they do sort of hate the undead, which is why they're here. Oh,
Maybe we
yeah.
want to check on that and make sure that they're not getting itchy fingers.
Yeah. I just slink back between the two of them. And just sidle up to calling, just like, don't kill this one. Please.
Well, I'm quite capable of not killing good undead. Like, this is not a person who's gonna seek to keep themselves alive longer than they need to. They just happen to be undead because of a curse.
So, you guys good?
That is fine. Okay, common misconception. Not all undead are evil. Not all cursed people are evil.
Okay.
We seek those who use their power to prolong their life at the expense of others.
Okay.
Those vampires we fought before, totally in my remit. Canticle seems pretty chill.
And again, so sick looking. But okay, vampires. What if the vampire is someone who's turned it like they don't want to turn?
Then
They get attacked.
if they have found a way to live with it, and they are not hurting people, they are not a problem.
Okay.
Michelle, I think you're getting your games confused.
No. Vampires are fine, right? Okay. Cool.
For
cool,
example,
cool.
I went to this school once, and there was 2 vampires there. Very nice people, working very hard to keep it under control.
That sounds crazy. No, I don't believe it. Okay, cool. Good to know. Just, just a little. Anyway, nice chatting, and I'll catch back up to Duskgaze.
And yeah,
Like-
you can see Calling and Eugene are deep in conversation about something. I think Eugene's probably picking Calling's brains about like the divine or God or undeath or something like that. An hour passes. You have to stop as a ghost wanders across the field. She stops and looks at all of you. Have you seen Colin?
No, Colin, not Colin.
Are you Colin? And she starts drifting towards Rock.
No,
sorry,
definitely not Colin.
Colin went that way.
No, I'm Kevin. Colin,
It's Kevin.
No.
Colin's that way.
Be at peace, sister. These are not your lost ones.
These are not the people.
These are not the living that you're looking for. She seems to respond and then kind of nods and then kind of...
Oh.
Oh.
Is everybody okay? Some encounters can be disquieting.
That was sad.
I mean, it kind of... It does make me want to try and help them, but...
What happens to them when you do that?
She is stuck in a loop, but she is generally harmless unless someone attempts to stop her or some fool pretends to be Colin.
No, we're not gonna.
I don't want to be Colin.
I don't want to be Colin.
No, you really don't.
Is he a bit of a prick?
But did you know Colin then?
No, never met him, but did see what she did to one of the Imperial Guards who thought it'd be funny to wind her up.
So she doesn't like Colin.
If you come back to the pickets, look for the short dwarf who is shock white from top of head to hairy body. Because they used to be a beautiful red.
Okay.
Oh.
And about 10 years younger.
Okay.
Okay. No Colin. Got it.
You guys crest a hill. I say crest generously. It's more like slog through muddy pathways up to the top.
Oh.
And you are greeted by your first proper look at Overhang at a closer distance. Underneath a mountain which looks like it has been cleft in twain by some mighty blow, causing a crater to exist, is a old mining town that ran out of materials. Higgledy streets, perpetually covered by the shadow of the mountain, is a busy, bustling marketplace. You can see from where you stand hundreds of people milling about, farmers coming out to tend to what counts for a field around here. Some miners still going out to desperately try and find some sort of mineral that is worth selling. Builders, merchants, soldiers. In this place of death is this little bastion of life, perpetually threatened by the dark forces around it, yet resolutely standing a small flicker of human civilization in the midst of something darker. Dust and Canticle stop to allow the rest of you to just take it in for a moment. Welcome to Overhang.
Wow.
You did love.
It's bigger than I thought.
This used to be quite a big place. Now it is... It's still big, but maybe less people than it used to have.
It's prettier too.
Oh, it's... I mean, it has its places. There's the Grand Cathedral is beautiful. The mansion at the edge of town is gorgeous, although a bit run down now. And several of the streets, there's some nobles here, you know, actually managed to eke out something of a landlordship here. Needless to say, stick to your identities. Speak when spoken to, try not to draw attention. We do not run Overhang. We are tolerated here. There is an imperial garrison which we and the locals run, but the city is protected by their own watch, and they do not hesitate to start trouble with Imperials.
Okay, but that's kind of good because it means that there is some kind of authority above the Imperials who are here, so
That's true.
it's kind of good for us.
Don't tell the locals, the local lords, that they're more important. Because they get funny. My best endeavor and advice: talk to the small people. They know what is going on.
Physically small? Or?
Some of them. Talk to the small folk. They know more about what is going on in their own lands than the Imperials do. Come. I will also buy you lunch.
Hey!
Oh, finally.
Excellent. I'm starving.
And Canticle, we would like to go to the Chosen Truffle, please. Very good. It's one of the few places that allow Canticle in.
I was going to ask, do we need to be sort of aware of anything? Like, will people be okay with Canticle?
Pulls his hood up as you're saying that.
Well, I'm going to pull my hood up too.
I got one.
I just put a bit of fabric over Ashling's head.
Hell yeah.
There you go. But I do the same thing you did before, where I put it through your horns.
Nice. But I'm like a parrot, so if you put a blanket over me, I'm going to fall asleep.
Oh, no, wake up.
Oh, it's morning.
Nope, never meant to sleep, Ashling.
Oh, still, at least it calms her.
That is true.
Eugene looks at all the rest of you, kind of correcting your disguises, and I think he just taps his earring and thinks for a second, and he looks like him still, but his garb is less decorative. It's kind of like it's still wizard's robe, but it's a little plainer, less like decorations.
Face pack
and
Eugene
things.
instead of expansion pack Eugene.
Yeah. Level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Level one.
Staff
Level one
turns
outfit.
from the black staff with the golden mechanical head on the top to a simple oak staff.
Big old stick.
Beautiful.
Well, shall we?
Uh-huh.
Sure, lead the way.
Are there any other undead in the city that you know of?
Yes,
A lot?
and lots that I do not know.
Okay, cool. I was gonna do a thing, but
So that's not going to help us find
no.
who we're looking for then.
Yeah.
While you grab some food, Canticle, I will ask you to retrieve the captain, or at least find where he is, so that we can meet him. Understood, Lieutenant.
Sure.
You come down to this big open gate, and there's a bit of a queue as there's people being checked on the way in. You watch as guards in ill-fitting leathers with a broken mountain embossed. Some of them look like they've just been scratched in. Tin hats that do not gleam like those of Cloudskern, but have a similar shape. An older, formal city watch look. Most of them are human. Odd goblin or hobgoblin, couple of halflings, few dwarfs, very few faekin of any kind, including elves.
Oh.
Oh.
We're going to blend right in.
There are some, but not many.
Any satyrs?
Absolutely none.
Didn't fucking think so.
Every place we go. Any satyrs? No.
Cool. There's a goat.
Roll me a perception check as you kind of look around.
All of us?
Yeah, no, Aisling, I think because you're probably on the lookout for Fae.
16.
16. What you do see sneaking into one of the alleys is a shadow Fae. A small creature that you know as darklings. They are not to be messed with. They travel in groups and they tend to be quite nasty. You recognise them immediately because they have this very sort of sharp rain cloak type, and you can just about make sort of hoof-like feet underneath them because you're like, oh, Satyr, and then you're like, oh no, wait, as you kind of see slightly elven eyes underneath the brim of it, like kind of glow ever so slightly, and you're like, okay, stay away from them.
I'm going to pre-warn everyone who's with me that I just spotted them.
Lighter Fae like you, Aisling, are rare in these parts.
Is that
Those of
a bad
unseelie.
thing or a good thing?
Oh, it's a choice thing. Your people prefer the sun. The unseelie prefer places like this.
So are there more of them here?
Some, not many, because even for the unseelie, the Empire is not a fun place.
Fair.
Curse Hollow less so. But where there are opportunities, the Fae will come. There's a rumor that there is a bog witch too, if you need that sort of help.
No, I think we're good.
Probably not.
For now, anyway.
Backup plan.
He takes you down some side alleys. There's a couple of people that look like they're going to try and take advantage of a new group of people until they see his armor and size. and the rest of you looking quite well equipped as well.
Yeah.
And they kind of just think twice about it. Like Skia and Aisling, you pick about 3 different parties on your path who kind of like, and these are, some of them are barely out of their teens, like in grubby clothes, who are just trying to make quick buck by preying on people that they think are easy targets.
It's sad.
Can Skia sneakily drop some coins for them though?
Aww.
Yep. That is fine. And I kind of clatter to the floor and they're almost gone before you've even gone round the corner. Like with people, somebody rushes out and grabs them. Eugene moves to the centre of the party from previous
Smart.
experiences.
Yep.
Smart. You are a squishy gentleman.
Yeah.
Canticle at one point stops and waves at what you think is an empty alley, and there is a wave of cold that comes out of it, and then it settles. And
Friend of yours?
old friend.
I know we're going to have lunch, but I would like to see if there is maybe a magic shop that sells sort of magical instruments or items and things like that.
You want to go shopping?
This is a cool place to go shopping.
Well, that's the thing, is it's quite an interesting location. They may have some interesting things, but also
That's true.
they may be the kind of person that would know about changes in magical energies that have happened in the city and where magical things might be centered in the city.
That's true.
I'm with you.
There is 3 or 4 shops that might suit. I can show you after we've eaten.
Sure.
If we have time to wait.
Preferably the one with the owner who gossips the most.
Canticle? I think the Iron Dove might be the best. Lucille has a tendency to
Fucking Lucille.
talk for ages
Can't shut up.
about nothing.
Lucille.
She's called Lucille.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, great idea. I have a thing. Well, Chris, actually, I think Ski is just going to do it when we get into the city.
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of similar to Rock's thing, but it's primeval awareness.
Okay.
As an action, you can expend 1 range spells slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or up to 6 miles if you're in your favoured terrain. It doesn't reveal the creature's location or number, but I think Ski is trying to get a vibe of like, oh yeah, there's like, for every 10 there's 1 undead.
Yeah.
Or is it like there's like a sprinkling, or is it like we are surrounded by
Yeah.
it, or if there's like a not a location,
I
but
love
you know what I mean?
this.
Like,
Is that up? Did you say up to a mile?
yeah. Well, it's 6 miles if it's my favoured terrain, which I
Holy crap!
think my favoured terrain is like cities and stuff.
That's a better
Oh.
paladin feat than the paladin feat.
It
Yeah.
cuts the spell slot, but
It's
Worth
very cool.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's amazing, and I love that. For flavour, how does it look when Skia uses this ability?
I think I've flavoured a lot of her ranger stuff as like almost not really looking magical at all. So I think it's as we're stopped and Rock's asking us questions and Canticle's thinking, and she just kind of steps forward and like crouches and puts her hand to the ground and like flat palm to like the street. And there's just some like muttering under her breath as it's like she's kind of connecting to the city around her.
I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. 11.
11 is not enough.
Okay.
You because of the way the mechanics, you definitely get a feeling. You're like, okay, there's about, for every 50 or so per people, there's an undead in this city. There are fiend locally, that makes sense. There is one celestial somewhere in the city.
Oh.
There are aberrations in this city, and then you feel the land beneath you reaching back.
Oh.
It is dark and angry and scarred, and it goes down beyond the roots of the trees, beneath the bedrock, into the very heart of the island. There is a noxious, poisoned feeling that is emanating from all around you. And as you are trying to pull yourself back, you hear this desperate, angry scream come from the land itself.
Oh.
And you throw up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Skia, that's on my shoe. What are you doing?
Aisling was fully like crouching down in front of you as you started doing something, just because she's nosy and wanted to know what you were doing.
I think
But
it's
she
also...
regrets her choice now.
My hooves.
Oh shit! Oh my god. Skia.
Are you alright?
You're. What? What happened? Did you eat something funny?
Here, I'm gonna give her my water skin.
Thank you. Is it the alcoholic one?
No.
Dust kind of
That's
moves you
in this
off to one.
pocket.
Dust moves you all off to one side and kind of leans Skia against the wall.
What happened to Skia? Why did Skia?
What did
Are you
happen?
okay?
It is bad here.
What? What? Smell? Like.
The land
Now.
is like so wrong.
Oh.
It like reach. I like to. I can sometimes like reach out and sense stuff, but that's never happened before. Where it senses back.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have had druids visit who have expressed similar sentiment.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'd like it here.
Yeah. This place is.
Just take a breather.
Yeah.
Just like.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you want to sit down?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah. No. I'm good.
Okay.
That's not the first time I've thrown up for something weird.
Okay.
Okay, so probably don't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, not gonna do that again. I've not done it for a while because I don't know, we just not really needed it.
I mean, it was a good idea, just...
Did you get anything from that, or?
Oh yeah. So
a mouthful of vomit.
yeah, mouthful of vomit. There's there are like aberrations and fiends, some undead, that stuff. There's,
This place draws evil to it.
There is a celestial here, though. Do you know?
Interesting. That I did not know.
Okay, see, I still got it. I can still do my job.
Makes me chunder, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it. I
If you're
feel
gonna
really
spew,
sick, and I've got
spew it
this
as this.
screaming in my head, but so worth it. So yeah, that's a thing to be mindful of, because I don't know why Celestial would want to be here.
Well, I was just going to say, what's the Celestial doing here?
Well, it could be anything though, right? Like,
Yeah.
could just be someone visiting, could be someone trapped here.
Maybe one of the priests has summoned one to protect them or serve them.
Yeah.
There are many priests who don't come out of the cathedral.
Horses.
There's a frustration. You actually hear calling cluck like angrily at that point.
Yeah. What Courtney said.
Like, well, I think you need to sit down and get some proper food in you, if you can
Yeah.
keep it down.
Yeah.
A wine in you, if not.
Well, okay. I can
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's go sit.
Oh, you're talking to Skia. Sorry.
Follow me. It doesn't take you long. You find yourself at a really nice, kind of basic, but really beautifully cared for and loved inn, with a large sign which is kind of a little tatty around the edges where it just needs a little bit of a repaint, of this joyful looking pig kind of snuffling through a bush, and in beautiful handwriting underneath it says the chosen truffle. There is gentle but warm music coming from inside, and the voices are not as dark and miserable as everywhere else. Shall we grab some food?
Oh, yes, this is much more like it.
Yeah,
also
Skia,
the
you
soup-
need bread. Bread.
Yeah, bread and wine. That's
Or,
what I need.
or just bread. But, yeah.
Bread for throwing up, the wine for the screaming in my head.
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
What's the deal?
Usually the
with
screaming comes after the wine, but sure.
when it's my own screaming, that's fine.
You guys need to stop drinking wine.
Hey, we love our wine nights, okay? You can't stop us. Should we go in all like mysterious?
I think as you are, it's probably easier.
Okay.
Cloaks up is fine,
Cool.
but
That's up
the
to us.
more mysterious you are, the more attention you're going to draw to yourself in this place.
Well, let's just see if we can get in and find a table or a booth in a corner somewhere where we're out of the way.
But
Can't do
this
the
is a
strider
place.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. One of the reasons I chose this place is because they serve Canticle and they serve me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
they're
it's got a
not
great
trespassing.
sign.
Has a lovely sign, and yes, Willem is a lovely woman. And he pushes open, and as steps inside to his very warm interior. And as our friends step in for their repast, we shall have a small break.
Oh, it's cup of tea time, baby.
Cup of tea time. We will be back 10 minutes, okay, for everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Or shorter if you are watching it on the VODs. We see you. We love you. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Offline as well. We'll be back in a few minutes. In the meantime, enjoy our wonderful intermission with amazing people. Go and give them a shout. They're all lovely, and tell them that we sent you.
Yeah.
Because they'll be grateful for it.
Not in a threatening way.
No, we sent you. give us the listen of your thing.
Yeah.
Right. Have a nice break, folks. See you in a minute.
Love night. What?
we are back. And you actually, sorry, because I couldn't see the cameras my side. Charlie, you're looking very, very autumnal at the minute.
Thank you. It's
All
my
cozy.
favourite season and my favourite colour.
Yeah.
Amazing. Before our break, our friends have made it to the dark city of Overhang, a small bastion of light in a deeply corrupted land. Skia, whether wisely or not, tried to sense exactly how bad things were, and the land let her know exactly how twisted and poisoned this curse is, running deep into the very heart of the islands of Curse Hollow.
And she chundered.
She had a terrible time of it. They have just arrived at the Chosen Truffle, what seems like a quite nice pub in the heart of a town that's trying its best with some very difficult circumstances. You are led in by Duskgaze into a warm interior where there is a handsome young bard, not nearly as skilled as someone like Rock, just kind of clearly local, kind of finding
Is
his
Rock going to
craft.
start a turf war with another bard?
Don't be silly. I'll win.
Just kind of plucking out like some local favourites for gentle music. It's a big open common room with lots of tables and trestles pulled out. It's one of those places where a lot of people just kind of grab a space and kind of sit around in like a communal feel. A large roast hog of some kind is currently spinning on a spit. And behind the bar is a...
Sorry, Rudy's comment. Anyway, here's Fireball.
Anyway, it's viable. Amazing. A rotund but jolly and pretty dwarven woman with a long blonde beard that she has braided like across her chest, and only one arm, which on the other she is carrying a barrel at the moment. Once past, she goes, "Oh, sit yourselves down anywhere you like, loves. I'll send someone over to attend to you in a second." "Oh,
Thanks.
Duskgaze, there you are, my lovely. Are you doing well? Hope they're not giving you trouble out there." "No, it is fine, thank you, Willem. I am
We
very
must
good."
protect this woman with our lives.
Yeah.
Right, well, all of you, apart from Wayne, who's thumbs down, apparently.
My camera has been doing that all day. Like, I'm just sitting on a call this morning and just giving people thumbs down. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm actually very happy with what you're saying.
Hilarious.
Right, well,
Your
grab a
computer
seat.
is your warlock patron.
Grab a seat, bring you some menus and some drinks. And she shuffles off with that barrel. There is lots of little tiny spaces that you can kind of cuddle into. And off the beaten path, there's a lot of people kind of not in more of a curiosity way, give your party more than a once over. You have a dragonborn among you, a couple of elves, and a gnoll, so you stand out a little bit. Oh yes, and Satyr, who you're in disguise at the moment, aren't you? Your disguise is clearly the best.
My disguise is from the shoulders up. That's not
Yeah.
the weird bit.
Your disguise looks like you just ran through a washing line.
Yeah, exactly. The weird bit is the waist down.
What's weird about it is it's intentional. Normally, that just happens to Aisling.
Exactly.
I mean, I think Rock is going to sort of take the advice they were given and not try and look too, like, shady, but definitely try and find somewhere that's, like, on the, the outskirts of the room rather than in the center, and is going to make sure that he has, like, his cloak, which he's got the kind of old shabby sort of like traveler's cloak, have that like wrapped around so that even if people go, "Ooh, a dragonborn," they're very clear very quickly that it's like a traveling mercenary as opposed to anything else.
I am not moneyed, honest gov.
Yeah.
You find yourselves a booth at the back, which is big enough to house Rock and Duskave, who are considerably bigger than the rest of you. And you plonk yourselves down. Aisling, after a while shuffling, a halfling, young halfling, probably in her late teens, comes over. She goes, "Oh, hang on!" And she runs up back and comes back with one of those stools that are designed for people with digitigrade legs. Don't get much use out of this. Shadowfae don't tend to come in here very often, but you are very welcome to it.
Thank you. Oh, God.
She takes your orders for drinks and food. She recommends the stew and the roast hog, which is fresh today. And been blessed by one of the clerics of Brother Moon to make sure that it's not cursed in any way, shape, or form. But we don't charge extra for that. No. Definitely dead. Definitely staying dead. There are vegetarian options as well. I know many people prefer that as well. And she just kind of like talks you through what's there. Takes your orders and leaves you to it.
It's the whole city and everything's a lot more
Alive?
Normal than I expected.
Yeah.
Considering what the countryside is like and what the areas we've been through, I expected it to be I don't know, I guess I expected it to just be smaller and a little more...
Desolate?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised at what a bustling sort of town it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do not be fooled by this. And kind of this is somewhere special. But
I mean, just in general, it's a big city or a big town. You know,
it's the only city on this island. So it is the hub for everybody's trade and things that keeps it alive.
Chris, sorry, quick question above the table, so to speak.
Yes.
Above the webcam.
Above the webcam.
In terms of the importance of overhang, would I know whether it is of any kind of significance or any strategic importance or anything like that? Because Rock is trying to figure out if something has changed and it's been intentionally initiated that something has got worse, there must be a reason for it. Like, they wouldn't just choose this as a place to start some trouble. Like, if you just wanted to cause trouble, you could do it in the middle of the Empire, in the middle of the city. So I just wondered, would Rock know why, if there is any particular significance or import to this place that they would want to unsettle it?
Could I have a history check from you, please?
Sure.
Can I help?
Yeah,
Does I
you're
have
an
any
Empire
knowledge?
kid, and if you guys are
I mean, I
discussing
would
it,
ask Skia, yeah.
Yeah, you can have
I mean,
advantage.
Rock wouldn't know strategic if it slapped him in the face, so yeah, he'd probably ask Skia.
She's just munching on like stale bread, like trying to keep it down.
Ooh, 22.
22. So interesting, and some of this is stuff that you have uncovered before, and this is a case of Rock going back over, but it's worth bearing in mind. Curse Hollow as a whole has been very difficult for the Empire to hold on to.
Yeah.
It is occupied as opposed to part of the Empire. If you were going to start trouble, why not start trouble with one of the fingers that is not holding on properly? If you want to break up the Empire or cause trouble or cause... There's a number of things that happened here. Curse Hollow has always been difficult. It's always been a challenge, even back to the time of the Dragon Lords. It was one of those places that wasn't conquered by them or manipulated or used by them. It is only the Empire who have managed to occupy it. Tharsix and his cult started here. The Thornhammer family were one of the patrons of this region before they became part of the dragon cult and then were excommunicated by the Empire or punished by the Emperor. It has a history of rebellion. It has a history of raising troublemakers, and it has a curse on it that has caused the gnolls in the area to become hungry, ravenous beasts that cause the undead to rise on a regular basis. It is, and this is probably you've overheard from your mother's conversation with people when you were younger and some of the others, it is occupied as a state of safety for everyone else, as opposed to being considered to be raised up like some of the other nations who were brought in. And that hasn't changed because nobody has any good ideas of how to fix what's wrong here. As much as the locals would like the Empire gone, they are also very aware of the fact that often the Empire is the only thing that stands between them and the dark forces that hide out in the wilds here.
Okay.
So strategically, however, it's very close to the Free Nations. It's the closest you can get to the Free Nations without actually going towards the Everstorm. It's quite close to the Albatross. It's within striking distance of Vadaract, although you don't want to stir up the dwarves, particularly since they build military ships for fun.
For fun? Good lord.
Fallen Peak, not Vadaract. Vadaract is further over. Which means it's not too far from Ashore either.
Okay.
What are you thinking, Rock?
Well, I guess just thinking if things are intentionally being stirred up here, I was just wondering why that may be. But
Yeah.
it feels like there could be a lot of reasons. And one of them could be that it's an easy place to stir up trouble. It's a bit of a powder keg that they could quite easily cause some real trouble for the Empire. It's only controlled tentatively by the Empire.
Yeah.
Most
Or
Imperial legions do not come here if they can help it,
Also,
which is why the Drakes are here.
And if you can get rid of, even more of the control that's held here, it also has a history of having family ties to the Dragon King and other similar entities.
Yeah. My thought was maybe it's if it's a place where there's constantly dark, cursed stuff happening that can't be explained, it's a great place to do your own dark, messed up stuff, right?
True.
It might be
Unnervingly true.
I'm just thinking where I was 3-4 months ago and the people that were talking. It may also be that they're using this place for something. Because they're behind it, right? We're all in agreement.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely connected to Riskrith and the Dragon King and all of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
good
it's-
God.
Yeah.
like I say, if things intentionally changed 3 to 4 months ago, someone is doing it intentionally, or doing it for a reason. It's not just accidental that there's suddenly an uptick in undead and attacks.
Yeah. They've got
Everything you say makes sense. I don't know who your enemies are there, but
Oh, it's a long list.
if someone wanted to disrupt the Empire, this is a good place to start.
Well, and it wouldn't take that much to stir up problems here. It's, like I say, it's a very tentative kind of peace at best of time.
Just give it a little poke and then.
And that seems to be what they're doing.
You really should talk to Captain Talon. I think.
Why?
He will help. He is, what they call themselves. Modernist. Reformist.
Oh, he's a painter, is he?
Reformist, sorry. Imperial
It's
reformist.
an impressionist, darling.
Oh, gosh.
Wants to see a better empire.
Oh, okay.
Serves their people rather than the people in charge.
Rock's just going to very unsubtly elbow Skia.
Yeah, literally, Ashling's like
Bit like
getting
him.
Skia like a foot under the table.
Skylar.
Yeah, you're just getting nudged from every angle.
He nearly throws up again.
We need some ginger biscuits.
More bread, more wine.
You guys watch as Calling's taking all of this in, like, because you know that Calling is assessing pretty much everything that you're doing at the moment. But as he does, he pulls out some, like,
Is he
pulls
standing
out
with a
some-
clipboard?
Yeah, he's just marking you as he goes.
And just every now and then
Shit.
going,
Wouldn't do it like
yeah.
that.
But he just pulls out a small pouch from inside his cloak and just kind of pulls out what you kind of smell is like dried ginger and a few other herb
Yes,
roots and
ginger
things.
to Skia right now.
Yeah, and just puts it into a hot bottle of hot water that he's ordered and just pushes it over to Skia. Drink that. Make you feel
ginger,
better.
babe.
It's not wine.
Yeah, I
You can
know,
have the
but
wine after.
Wine will make the blood. Ginger will make the hair.
Okay. Just sit and sip my wine. My ginger, not my wine.
Great save. Gonna insight check Michelle.
Cantagol will find Captain Talon, and we won't be able to make this meeting happen. I think he's probably at barracks, but
just
may not.
Just to kind of get super clear, though, even if he is an Empire reformist, he is still likely to be aware of people who are on the Empire's most wanted list.
Oh, very much so, but he kind of smiles at Skia. I don't think he will see anybody that he recognizes at all. It's terrible. He's such a busy man.
Good to know. Although, on the other hand, I'm thinking that maybe our celebrant friend shouldn't be in the same room while we're talking to him.
Why?
Because Skia can't tell stories around our celebrant friend.
Oh yeah.
I mean, none of us can, and that hasn't been a problem so far, but if we're in close proximity, maybe...
Oh,
Calling, can you turn that off?
I have.
Oh.
You've been telling lies badly all day.
I mean, we're kind of known for that, to be honest, but sure. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so that's one less thing to worry about. Super.
Yeah.
Yes,
Skia,
I
your-
did not
your-
attune to that item today.
Oh, it's an
Okay.
item.
Oh.
Oh.
Can I have that?
Yeah, can we get...
Absolutely not. Depends.
Subtle.
Are you of my persuasion?
You're going to have to give me a little more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't grow feathers, you can't use it.
I did once.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah,
I can-
Ashley did one.
That's true. Ashley grew feathers.
I had a beard.
Yeah, it was magnificent.
Slightly different.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Then
It was more colourful than what you've got going on. So
that was great.
yeah.
Rude, Ashley.
Remember
I,
that was like the worst troubles you guys had. with
I
Ashley
know.
Featherbeard.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
Remember when falling down a metal ladder was the one thing that worried us?
Hey, that hurt.
What times?
It was my first day, says Eugene.
Oh, I didn't even know you
Yeah,
then.
was it? I don't think you mentioned that.
Skia is just gonna again take note though of the fact that she's meant to be in disguise and is fully in like sort of Skia mode where like legs are up and stuff, and she just kind of folds herself
She curled
out.
up on the stool like this.
Yeah, she's like all hunched up, like
Oh.
her knees up here, like, and she's just gonna try and sit like Eugene, like back straight. She's like, oh, this is weird.
You look really uncomfortable.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Is that what I
picture
look
Skia
like when I'm
mostly
sitting?
like this, just like.
Yeah. She's like hunched or like
Lying back with
laid
feet
out.
up, or
It's always
Yeah,
it's
boot up on
basically
the table.
yeah.
The bisexuality is just showing all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Exactly.
full queer entanglement sitting. Absolutely.
That's what it is. So she's trying to look a bit like Eugene because she's saying she's Eugene's cousin. So she's trying to be like,
Good point.
yes, I sit like this, just like Eugene.
like all the other elves.
This is how I'll sit.
I'm just a normal elf person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just occasionally one like foot comes up and she has to like.
Ah, dear. The conversation goes on for a little bit, and the door opens again, and Canticle drifts in. Again, few people give him a look, and as soon as like murmurs start coming up, you watch as Willem almost appears out of nowhere and greets him very warmly. And I think from this side, you kind of notice that it's very deliberately done to make sure people understand this is a welcome guest. They exchange some small talk, and then Canticle drifts over to you. I
Hi.
have located the captain. He would like to sign on the mercenaries as quick as possible. Are we all done here?
Yeah, hold on. And Aisling will shovel the rest of whatever she's got into her face.
I think everyone else has been finished for a while, and you're just...
Yeah. Well, I'm already on my thirds. So. Someone else is buying.
They do a really cool cheese here that is black as midnight.
Goth cheese.
With white veins through it.
Goth cheese.
And is really creamy when you bite into it and smoky.
Aisling loves that shit.
It's amusingly called corpse cheese.
Oh, that sounds just revolting. Oh, that makes Charlie want to die, pun intended, but Aisling loves it. Corpse cheese. That's going to be a fun note to look back on next week.
You gather your stuff and head back out into the streets.
Oh my god. Yes, please, chat. Can we have as many spooky ghost cheese puns as possible, please? And my mum has already put in an order for goth cheese for Christmas, by the way.
Coming to a shop near you.
Yeah.
You head out into the street. I'd say it's getting darker, but it's more like the ambient light from just beyond overhang is starting to fall away. You realise it is actually getting towards sunset. Not that you can tell much difference. Duskgaze walks you through streets. You are on quite nice places, still cobbles, although occasionally you do see a city watchman chasing off an urchin who's trying to ply one of the stones out, and Duskgaze explains that there's a good market for resellable building materials.
Prying stones from the street.
Literally, if a house sits empty for too long, okay, like there are gangs on the street who will pull down the house illegally and resell the materials to build new places.
Oh, I feel like I'm back home. Where... Chris, as we are walking along, can I please, may I, sir? Can I keep an eye out for, basically for anybody who's keeping an eye out on us? Not just like passing, viewing. Anyone who is intentionally either watching or following or...
Yeah. It is an insight check. Because I think you're looking for characteristics rather than kind of trying to spot people in the crowd.
Okay, in which case...
Do you want me to trail?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Like, as well? Because,
yeah, that'd be great, because my insight's just not going to cut it, I know.
Skia's got that thing where, like, as long as she's in shadow, she's, like, invisible to people who need dark vision to see. So I think she will hang back, so at one point it looks like she's not even part of the group, so I can just make sure no one's trailing us or following us or that.
It's just because now we have this idea, or Brock's got this idea that in his head about the fact that this is intentionally stuff being stirred up. It implies that there are probably people here that are of our enemies. So I think Rock just is wanting to keep an eye that we're not missing anything obvious, and by not being aware, we're missing the fact that we are actually being watched.
Yeah, because we're probably going to be watched no matter what, even because we're just new people to town. But
cool. Can you, Skia? Can you make me 2 stealth rolls?
Yes.
One of them will be the advantage, which is for people who use dark vision, and the other one will be your standard for everybody else. And Rock, I would like that insight check, please.
My insight check was 17.
17, very respectable.
32 for the advantage.
Nice.
Bloody hell.
And then,
So, making you do double maths.
and then 34
Ew.
for the regular. Oh god. You don't know even. Maybe Skylar never existed.
Yeah, pretty sure she was just a hallucination we all had.
Rock's like, why don't you hold sort of, drop back a bit, and then you can. Skylar. Oh,
You kind of do pick up, Ashley, where you are. You and Eugene are walking right up next to Duskgaze, and he kind of looks over his shoulder as Skia kind of falls back, and there's a curl to his muzzle, like a familiar, almost like brotherly. That's my Skia doing that.
Oh.
I love him.
He's probably the only person who can pick up on Skia doing that.
That sounds about right.
He has a very high passive. He sees Skia disappear, and one of the reasons he's developed the high passive is because he needs to know where you are, so if something goes wrong, he can heal. But he watches you disappear. You fall back, Rock. You pick up on a lot of things in this. It's not a massively crowded street, but there are people coming back and forth. There are a number of people who double take at you, and kind of like there is definitely a couple of people who wait until they think it's safe to do so and then spit, as if kind of like, as if how dare you be here. There are a lot of people who kind of reach for knives or cudgels or things when they see Duskgaze, and then kind of relax when they see that he's wearing like a military garb, and he's tame, he's not ravenous or things like that. There's a couple of children who follow you for probably 2 blocks, and you realise that what they're doing is they're following Eugene and Aisling, and they are deeply interested by the fey creatures that they've heard stories about. And when Aisling eventually turns round because she hears them giggling, they and run away. Don't steal our souls!
She'll steal your souls!
You do notice something hungry following you for a couple of blocks. Pale, thin-looking humanoid with yellow eyes who kind of just pulls themselves along, just kind of slavering. I think,
Yikes.
Skia, you pick up on the energy and you kind of follow it, and you see this vampire spawn, for a better word. And I think you try and get a measure of it. It's hungry. And it's trying to measure up whether these people are worth trying to attack. Before it can do anything, one of the guards spots it and chases it off. Nobody with particular malice. Nobody following you that either of you can see. You eventually come down this long, nice street with brightly coloured signs, and someone has tried to plant trees that aren't doing particularly well.
Could it be the lack of any sunlight? I don't know.
Almost like they've kind of washed them. They kind of tried every once in a while. They look like saplings that have been replaced on a regular basis.
Oh, no.
And some bushes that are doing well, that Skia and Rock you recognise as local fauna that is actually used across the Empire, called Nightflower, which is a strange bush that flowers in moonlight as opposed to in sunlight. Has dark leaves and pale little flowers which kind of open up. Followers of Brother of Moon hold them in really high esteem. But they are one of the few plants that grows well in this sort of environment. And they are confused, is probably the best way to describe them. Half of them are open and half of them are closed. You're slight detour on the way to where we need to be. He knocks on a door, pushes it open. Lucille, are you open? Hold a second, love. I'm just. Oh, and this older, middle-aged woman with wild curly hair that's grey at the roots and clearly hasn't been dyed for a while. She's wearing a slip, clearly like a nightie, and a big, a slightly oversized silk robe over the top, which
she's me in 20 years.
Clearly hasn't been bought for comfort or style. It's just thrown over the top.
Hell yeah.
She has yesterday's makeup on, and
it is me in 20 years.
but has an energy about her which is warm and friendly and just a little mischievous.
No, it really is, Charlie.
Lucille, this is Kevan, Skylar, Aisling, Eugene, and Colin. They are mercenaries come to help out in the local area, but they wanted to have a chat to you about wares and possibly setting up, getting links to things like healing potions and poultices and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, lovely. I do like some new... Come in, dears, come in. Don't mind the cat. I think he's... She just kind of prods this big old, rug of a cat, which kind of goes... lifts its head up.
Hello.
And it's kind of like one ear that's drooping, one of them which has had a bite taken out of it.
Oh, how much for the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want him. Oh, trust me.
Hi. Oh. Okay. Bye.
Arcanus. She kind of pulls himself over onto the onto a chair nearby.
I'm sure I can fix him. We can be friends.
I can fix him.
Yes, we were just wondering what you had in the way of any interesting magical items that...
We don't get a lot out here, my loves. Not too much, but I can fix you up with potions. I have a number of healing potions in at the moment. I've even got a superior at the moment, which is going well cheap, much below the imperial standard. I will do it for you for 400 gold at the moment.
You just got the one?
Only the one. Hard to grow the right ingredients. But if you're not looking for potions and have a little bit more time, I have poultices which work and also remove poisons at the same time. I have a few wands. A wand of magic missile, which I came about. Poor dear, such a terrible story. Hard to come by wizards who can keep their wages in this area. His whole party was eaten by like a giant zombie. Terrible shame.
A giant zombie?
Yes, a giant zombie. Terrible shame.
How big we talking? Like 6'4",
and is that
or
different
like
from a zombie giant?
Oh, I didn't get the details, but I'm fairly certain it might have been a mountain giant in life. Of course, you can't tell. You don't get many giants around the world these days anyway, so who can say?
I mean, also, once they've reached zombie status, I suppose they're not so keen to chat.
No, exactly. Not really big on lineage and family history.
No.
I have a couple of wands of recall that will get you back out of a bad situation. Very useful, very popular in this area. I can tell you that for nothing, my dears. And for the gentlemen who probably don't need it, I do have a poultice of stamina.
Rock's going to look at Eugene.
What does it do? And mechanically she describes an effect which basically is it gives you advantage on constitution saving throws for 2 hours. Very, very popular with the noble gentlemen, I can tell you. I mean, not that you boys need it. I can tell you're made from much hardier stock.
I think I'm gonna be sick again.
Dust is kind of leaning off to one side. And this is her being gentle.
I love that.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. Bread. Settle in next to Duskgaze.
Yeah. For the ladies, I have a dust of charm. If you want to catch the eye of a young person
Don't
of
need
your
it.
choice.
Look at us.
I mean, look at
Yes. Yeah, Skia don't need it and I don't want it. So.
And, she goes, what else did I have? Oh, yes, I've got some ingredients. If you need stuff for your magical potions or your magical spells, I've got pretty much anything you need. Also managed to get hold of some ether crystal. Even managed to get all the blood off of it this time.
Oh, delightful.
I feel like it's not something Eugene would want. Eugene, do you want this?
I mean, ether crystal's pretty good. Like, how much do you have? About 400 gold's worth, from what I understand of these measures. As I explained before, ether crystal you can use in spell components for a gold for gold exchange. Which I will let go at cost, because I didn't pay anything for it.
Oh, that hence the
Blood. Yeah.
Alright.
Lucille is good at scavenging from those not good enough to do their job.
Oh.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Which reminds me, that is a beautiful sword. If you don't want that at all, I can sell it on for you.
Whose?
She's pointing at Rock.
Oh, no, I'm kind of attached to it. I think I'll stick with it for a while. Do you happen to have anything anything that would create sort of sunlight?
Those sorts of things disappear very quickly, I'm afraid, dear.
Yes, I would imagine.
I have some everglobes, but they're not quite the same. But they are useful if you can't see in the dark.
Yes, no, I was looking for something a little more powerful than that. But I knew it was a long
keep an
shot.
eye out. If you're going to be around for a while, I can keep an ear out for you. If I come across a sunbeam scroll or something, I will put it aside for you.
That would be great if you wouldn't mind. I'm not sure exactly how long we're going to be here, but that would be really welcome.
Anything for a handsome gent like you. Don't worry about it, my dear.
Oh, come now. I can see through your charms. Besides, I've heard that if there's anyone in this town who's in the know, it's you.
I couldn't tell you what you mean, my dear.
Oh, come now. You've got your finger on the pulse, I can tell.
Or not the pulses here. I mean, what would you be looking at? And would you maybe spare a few drinking coins for such an effort?
Oh, of course. I mean, let's be honest, these days, information is the most important thing that you could possibly trade. But, you know, I know a lot of people just really aren't worth trading with for information. All they know are the little tidbits that everybody knows about. I'm new to town. I want to find out what's really going on. I mean, I've heard that, you know, there's been a lot more activity and a lot more danger happening with the undead and stuff over the last few months. And, you know, I mean, I'm here as a mercenary to make some money, so I'd love to find out where the ground zero is, where we can find a little more action that's sort of upped a little in the last few months.
Give me a persuasion or a deception check, your choice.
I think, if I may, Ashley and Skia, we're probably standing back just watching this whole tableau play out. It's very entertaining.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Join me and Dusker is leaning against the wall.
Yeah. It's with the rare occasion that Rock does pull the flirty bard card.
Yeah.
That's a 28.
28.
Good Christ. Yeah,
Wow.
this is why it's fun to watch.
Yeah, this is our
She
show.
goes,
Yeah.
I tell you what, my normal charges are a little higher for that sort of information, but for you, just because you're so pretty, I will let some information slip. 5 gold.
Well,
Bargain.
I think now you're just having a laugh, aren't you? And I'm just going to slip her 7 gold.
Much obliged. Got to keep things on the overhead, and she just rings things up. Now, you're looking for information as to why things have got worse, haven't you?
Well, yes, we heard it's kind of got worse in the last 3 or 4 months, so...
Well, I can tell you what people are saying, and I can't give you any stock or trade by it, but I can tell you, my dear, that there are 3 possible people who are being pointed at. The first is our lovely new Contessa, who arrived shortly before problems started happening. The great Marletta Drusk Harrodin. Harrodin. Wonderful lady, doing great things for the city. Wouldn't want to say anything bad about her, but it is a coincidence that she was sent from the court, or exiled, we don't know really, and we don't get politics down here, to watch over this poor city in the south and keep us in line. And then things just started to go a little bit bad.
That does sound suspicious, doesn't it?
It really does. But she's not alone, you see, because around about the same time she arrived, there were a group of adventurers water said that they had uncovered some ruins in the old mire. And after that, well, they all disappeared. And things started coming out of the mire.
Was that before she arrived?
About the same time. Not related. She never met them as far as I know. This lot, quite well dressed. Variety of accents seem to come in. I mean, and she kind of points to the ether stone. She goes, I mean, they left some goods behind. The one of them that did seem to wander back much later as such. And she kind of makes a motion.
Right, okay, well. And that was in the old mire, you say?
In the old mire, yes. And then there's our wonderful mayor, who everybody has got the utmost respect for. Only, it is rumoured he studied necromancy at college. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean, coming from a place like this, like, to learn how best to protect your people is to understand the dark magics that affect them. But you have to question anybody's motive who wants to tackle dark magics like necromancy. Don't you?
I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but you make a very good point. If he was from here, maybe he just wanted to understand it a bit better.
And then there's those who just say it's the land saying it's about time the Imperials left. But there's always rumbles like that around here. I tend not to pay that too much of mind.
I don't feel like that's a new idea, do you?
Not really. And why now? Why would the land suddenly start spilling out? If you ask me, it's one of the other three.
Yeah, see, I knew you were the one to ask.
Oh, you flatterer, you. Tell you what,
I just called it as I see it.
Tell you what, and she pulls off a small satchel with some herbs in it and tosses it to Skia. If you solve this problem, let me know. I'm sure I can dig up something as a bit of a reward to say thank you. If you're looking into that sort of thing.
Well, you know, we're just here as mercenaries and adventurers, so we'll keep an eye out.
Absolutely. Well, it's always the little ones. And if you don't manage to pull through, I will do my utmost to make sure family possessions go back to family first.
That's comforting. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Right. Well, you've disturbed my afternoon nap for long enough. I've got to keep my beauty sleep. I'm not as young as I used to be. So, you lovelies have the best day. Kill lots of those undead buggers, and come back with whatever you find. I'll happily take it off your hand. Oh, Canticle's fine. We know each other. Canticle just kind of nods under the cloak but doesn't say anything.
Right, well, we best be off then. Thank you so much for your help.
Oh, can I just get that superior potion real quick?
Oh,
absolutely, my dear. Would you like it wrapped? I'm kidding, of course. I'll pop it in your pack for you. Okay. Well, you do want it wrapped. Okay, well, that's no problem.
Is it an extra action for me to unwrap the potion in battle?
It is a full action as per 2014 rules to unwrap and drink a potion like that.
Good. All right, fine.
Or you can
then
take
yes,
the wrapping
I will
off.
have it gift wrapped.
Yeah, make her wrap it for you.
Yeah. An action to unwrap it and then a bonus action to drink it.
There you go. That's fine.
Then you're covered better for 3 days.
Amazing. So you take a superior healing potion and it's only 400 gold.
Sickening. 400 done.
As she passes it over to you, she stops for a second and just kind of grabs a quick cloth and just rubs something which suspiciously looks like it might have been viscera off the bottom, then hands it.
Ah,
kind
it's
of
fine.
Pops it into a nice, pretty velveteen sack, which she then wraps with a bright red ribbon and hands over to you.
Love it.
That is the most decorative healing potion I've ever seen.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, Rooney's right. With a sprig of holly,
I'm never going to want to use it now. I will sooner die than unwrap this potion.
You'll let one of us die rather than unwrap it.
Like, please! And I'm like, look at it!
But you've got a potion, but it's all wrapped.
It's so pretty!
Chris, does Rock have any recollection of the name of the Contessa?
Contessa Marletta Drusk Harrigan.
Yeah, does Rock know her at all?
History check.
Sickening name.
And slightly familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's only a
Harrigan.
15.
A 15. You have not heard of the Contessa. That's not surprising. There are a lot of noble families who are not. I mean, your formal training was the high houses and the great houses. Hers is not. She's definitely not with a family like that. With a family name like that, she is definitely not from the Dragonborn houses. So therefore, she was not part of your formal education, and you haven't heard her name used at court.
Okay.
Is it? Am I mishearing it, or is it Dogarth's surname?
Yeah.
It's Dogarth's.
Yeah,
son.
it is.
Okay. I was like, no, maybe I'm like.
No,
Yeah,
I had
so-
to check myself as well
Yeah, I
to
was
get
just
it.
checking. my notes,
so
I was
she's,
like,
she's definitely of that family.
Yeah.
She is double-barreled, by the way that it's been.
Yeah.
It's Drusk Harrigan.
Oh, I see, that's double barrel. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know whether she was just posh and had 400 middle names.
She probably does, but that's what she uses, or what
Right.
everyone else is using for her.
Okay, well, that's at least a couple of good leads.
What are these pouches? What did she throw at me?
It is basically, it is a healing potion, but it's a healing poultice. You can slap it on somebody, or on yourself. But the bonus is, when you use it, it also removes a poison status.
Ah, love it.
Oh, amazing.
Handy.
That's very good. Oh, thanks. I thought you were just throwing things at me.
Get out!
She just threw a tea bag at you.
Smell. Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Okay.
You step outside, and it's starting to rain. You kind of look up, and just below the overhang, there's like this foggy cloud starting to form. It's very weird. Obscures the top of the mountain. For those of you who have been to Cape Town, it's like seeing the top of Table Mountain covered, but from reverse, from underneath. As this cloud kind of wisps under the mountain hook and then out the other sides and upwards and into the sky.
Pretty.
Like this drizzle, and the even this street, which is quite a nice street, is kind of starting to get muddy as people kind of move quickly to try to get out of the weather. It's not far now. Dusk takes you forward. You cannot help but notice the barracks. They are large stone building, very official looking, very practically built, with a huge courtyard, and you can hear the sound of people shouting as they practice with weapons. There are drakes from other units, ones that Skia doesn't necessarily recognise, plus some who immediately see Dusk gaze and snap a salute to the lieutenant. He steps into the courtyard. Skia, what's your passive perception?
24.
24. You slip under as a big pair of arms try to grab.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, says Mirren, coming around the corner. I thought you were someone else. You just walked like somebody I know. Hi, Duskace.
Skia's like pulling her hood up, trying not to cry, like, oh my god.
Dust has this moment where he doesn't know what to do with himself, and he goes,
Oh,
Mirren,
no.
You're back from your patrol? Yeah, false alarm. Somebody saying that they saw undead trolls of all things. Trolls don't become undead; they just rot. Who are these wonderful? And then she stops as she settles on rock. People who I've never met before in my life. Smooth, very smooth. Oh wow.
Like butter.
Oh god. Jagger's seen you because you know he can't keep his mouth shut. No, and you are not to mention this. I got to talk to the captain first and establish what we are doing. Okay. Well, he's in the antechamber, but he's with someone at the moment, so you might want to wait over in the guest suite for a minute. She is so bad at lying at the best of times. And then she kind of... Her eyes roll back in her head momentarily. And she comes forward and she looks straight at you, Skia, and you can see her shock. It is you. Oh, I'll show you to the guest room, she says. And she goes, follow me.
Thank you, lady I've never met.
You're muted, love.
Both of you so slick, really.
Oh yeah.
As soon as we're out from prying eyes, where like Skia feels like no one is seeing them, she's just gonna jump on Mirren.
Oh.
Mirren just kind of pulls you in for that big, beefy hug that she always gives you. You probably feel a couple of vertebrae realign.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I nearly didn't spot, but you know the ancestors, they talk. They spotted you right away.
God, wow, good job. You're on my team.
Really? Yes. Oh. And she punches Rock on the arm. You?
Ow!
This is the most dangerous place for you. We didn't risk our lives saving your hide so you can walk into a hornet's nest like this.
I'm saving my hide. I think you'll find we saved yours.
It's not how I remember it.
Well, that's the problem. Anyway, my name's Kevin.
Kevin, and you're going by Skylar. Skyrimson.
Skymanson.
It's the muzzle. It's very hard to say.
Yeah, I know. It's like you could just say Skylar.
Anyway, it's very nice to see you, a person I've never met before.
Oh, joke! And she just gives you a hug, and then she grabs Aisling and gives her a hug, and then grabs Eugene, who goes, "I don't," and then goes to hug, calling her, "Don't know you."
Great.
This is calling a friend of ours. Not sure about the hugging yet, but they're very, very nice.
Calling smiles. You are very gifted, I can see. Oh, no, not gifted. They are a complete pain. You can see them? he smiles and nods. Oh, God, can you tell them to leave me alone? I am supposed to be at work.
Rock's just going to bend down to Ashley and just be like, can you see them? Because I don't know what they're talking about.
See what?
I don't know. Okay, I feel better that you can't see them.
Who's supposed to be invisible? I don't know who I can't and can't see.
Duskgaze leans in and goes, Mirren is from a particular tribe of humans. They have a close tie to their ancestors. Her ancestors talk to her and help her protect others.
Oh my God, what a horrible idea.
It is a great honor, one that she carries with a certain amount of trepidation.
I'm so sorry for you.
But it saved our lives more than once.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, I'll go and get the captain. I'll go and see if the captain's free. And I'll try and distract Jaggers, because you know what a big mouth he has.
Yeah, he can't know.
Who is this Jaggers person?
You know better than most, she says. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
Steps through a door. She closes the door behind her. About the same time that the door opens again, and Jagath walks in.
Uh-oh.
Dust, if you avoiding me or something, have I done something wrong? Just saw
Rock's
you
just
come
going to
in.
look down and pull his hood right.
Yeah, Skia's gonna stand with her face against the wall. She's just like, I can't do
Wow.
this anymore.
A totally normal thing to walk in on then.
Yeah,
Totally
subtle.
normal.
They're very shy if they're new recruits.
Mm-hmm.
They are a new mercenary troop. They have oddities. I think it's time for them to pray.
Yep. Aisling starts copying, even though she's not quite sure what's going on.
And she just looks like Aisling.
Yeah, I'm just not in disguise at all.
He just does it. Eugene, Aisling.
Hi.
Oh, and kind of runs in and gives you both a hug. Wait, if you're here, where's Rock? And is
There.
here with you?
Uh-huh.
Wait, that's... And he kind of pulls back the hood. Oh, right. You cannot tell Mirren you're here. She has got the biggest mouth. She will shout it everywhere.
Why is everyone... Oh my god. Is it too late to change our minds and go find another spooky person to kill?
This was
Fucking
Skia's
hell.
idea, right? Coming here.
Oh, where's Skia then?
We
She'll
left
just
her.
like crouch on the floor, like.
We left her in another town.
Aisling's
Oh,
not
for
subtle.
goodness
She's
sake,
fully
Skia-
looking to and from Skia.
I stand up.
Is in disguise, but she is here. And, like, without missing a beat, Jagath just kind of lifts you off your feet. And, like, he is... There's tears in his eyes. And he's like...
Oh.
And he just nuzzles against you and just like... When they told us, like, I was so frightened for you. And I've been looking for Istru every minute I can, but I can't find him. I thought he'd be able to fix it, but you're
Okay,
here.
it's okay. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry that I just disappeared.
You had to. There's no way you did those things, and you're here now. That's what counts.
She did. She did them all.
Shut up, Rock.
You're here. You're okay, and you're okay, and
Wait. Easter. I don't. I've heard from him. I know he's okay, but I don't know where he is, what he's doing. But he's okay.
oh, that's something. How long ago? About a week or so.
Yeah, like a week ago.
Okay.
A week ago, he was okay.
Okay, well, he's smart, and he's the smartest of us, and he knows what he's doing, so...
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't wait in an antechamber like this, because anybody can... Who, did Mirren just leave you here? Like, us?
To be fair, she was a little taken off guard when she realised who it was, and it was better than standing on the street.
Come with me, quick. We'll kind of pushes through, and there's a series of small offices out the back. Stay here a second. I will go and chase down and see what she's doing. She is looking for the captain. Right. Okay, boss. The steps off.
He's just like watches after them, just like these guys never changed. I miss this.
Can Aisling insight check Skia just to make sure she's okay? 26.
Oh, I think you can see the like fear Skia has of like realizing that maybe like she's putting her friends in danger. But I also think there is a level of tension just lifted off her shoulders by being around these people. Like, she is so happy to see them and be around them, and like it's not like Skia's been putting on front around any of you guys, like it's not that at all, like, but it took a while for her to like settle in.
Yeah, it's just that she likes them better. I mean,
she just
fine.
That's what you're realizing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been with them a lot longer than she's been with you guys.
It's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a like thing, but it is a. I think
they're your people.
I think that's what it is. Like, she's been figuring out where she fits with you three, and I think she's got there now. But this is like watching someone just, you know, when you watch someone like with their family, there's just a cohesion there.
Depends on the family, but yeah.
Yeah. Who in the family they like? Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, you'd probably be like, she's dealing with a lot of emotions, but overall, good.
Aww. Okay, cool. Ashley, we'll leave her to it then.
You guys are left for a little while. I think Duskgaze probably leans, just kind of nudges Skia gently, goes, "Hey, you okay? Hey, we're all big and ugly. We can take care of ourselves. We are not a problem. You being here is not a problem."
But you might. I can see you're being babysat because of me.
Not hardly. I mean, that guy can barely babysit his own.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He's
not doing a good job. But no, I miss you guys a lot, and
it's understandable. But he kind of looks around. You're gonna tell me what you've been up to, because I suspect it's been quite important.
It's been like,
well, what you
important.
can tell me, anyway.
Yeah, it's also been so insane.
Insane.
Yeah.
I mean, every time we meet these people, weird shit happens. So.
Yeah. Also,
still in the room.
And yet you're not denying
everywhere.
No.
I never said I was denying it.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
There is, yeah. After a few moments, there is a knock at the door, and Mirren and Jagged come in. Come through with us. What's up? Yes. You are taken through back to the room where you were before, and as you come through, three figures come out. First off, leading the other two, chatting cordially, is someone that Skia recognizes. A tall, leanly muscled sapphire dragonborn with horns that just float gently away from their skull by like this sort of like psychic projection, wearing the same uniform as the twins, but much neater, well presented, with a professionalism that the twins don't ever quite manage. It's kind of like they've tried, but there's smudges here, and this is not fastened properly, and things like that. And Mirren looks like she just wants to take it off at any minute anyway.
Jagged spilled some breakfast on it.
Yeah.
Beans.
The second, probably beans. The second figure that walks up is a man in his probably early 60s. Grey hair, lank grey hair that kind of comes down to here. Like thin fingers, which seem to be permanently ink stained. Little rimmed glasses, wizard's robes, and a staff with carving in it. who is talking with the captain very closely. Oh, yes, you're doing a wonderful job, Captain. We understand that this is a very difficult situation, and we are truly appreciative of all the hard work that you and your people are doing. Isn't that right, my lady? Behind them is one of the most beautiful women any of you have ever seen.
Oh my god, it's a mirror.
She has pale skin, bright red lips, and these pale blue eyes that don't quite ever get warm. But this long hair that's braided beautifully in these brocades of lines all down, bejeweled with silver and gold, a brilliant crimson dress which goes down sheerly off of one shoulder, armour up one arm, in a decorative fashion, and a gentle half smile as she comes in. Of course, Makir, that is truly what we are grateful for. It is wonderful to see the Empire's finest in all their methods coming forward to protect these people who we have been charged with. And I guess this must be the new mercenaries you were expecting. She kind of glances over. Well. Rock, your divine sense has been giving you a headache all day. When you see these two, it's an abate, like there's a gap in it. You're expecting to kind of get this ambient wave of undeath and fiendish energy which you're getting from the land itself, and it's like there's nothing there around these two at all. Which is really weird because it's conspicuously there everywhere else. Do introduce yourself. I haven't had a chance to formally introduce them properly, but yes, these will be new mercenaries. Well, please welcome to Overhang. I am Contessa Marletta Drusk Haradrim. I am the current Countess of Overhang by imperial appointment. Now, I understand that is not to everyone's taste in this city, but I do assure you I am here to help. So, should you find yourselves at odds, please do feel that you can call upon my manor for further assistance. And this, dear fellow, is Makir Deves, the mayor. Charmed, I'm sure. I look forward to hearing about your exploits. I will leave the captain for the finer detail, but it is needless to say that we offer extra gold for the bigger the undead that you can bring down. So, best of luck. And with that, good captain, she just takes the captain's hands in hers very gently. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you again soon. And you must come up to the manor for tea sometime. She just floats off with this.
Whilst she's there and talking, is Aisling able to just insight check her general vibe?
Yep.
Just to see if it's like sincere.
I think Skia would have been doing that too. Oh, sorry.
Never mind.
Skia would have been doing that, but I think she's just like, she's so beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what's happened with Aisling too. She only got an 11, so she's just like, everything on her is so shiny.
I'll go for tea with you, sure. Take me.
Chris, when they turn to leave, after they've said their bits, can Rock would like to try and do detect thoughts on her?
Ooh. Brave.
Are you just trying to get surface thoughts?
Yeah, to start with, I'm just going to do surface thoughts, so it's not something they would detect or anything.
There is nothing there.
No thoughts, head empty.
Head empty. She's
Head
just like,
empty.
that's for real.
Okay, and then it says, as an action, I can shift my attention to another creature's thoughts, so I'll try and swap it to him.
To him? there is a busy sort of like flurry of appointments and places he needs to be, and like concern that the Contessa like troubled herself with this when she shouldn't, and like he feels kind of like frustrated that she's stepping on his role, but also kind of slightly in awe of her and wondering what he needs to do about this relationship. It's kind of like a very busy sort of, basically you imagine this is like, for people at home, this must be what quite official mayors must feel like when a member of royalty drops in on them unannounced.
Yeah.
So he's literally overthinking and basically on the verge of a panic attack, but holding it together admirably.
Okay.
But her, you cannot detect a thought from.
Wow, jealous.
Okay.
They leave. You see him helping her into a carriage, and then the carriage pulls off with these very dark horses at the front. Beautifully mahogany carved with gilt inlay and things. Captain waits until they are absolutely, definitely gone before he turns and looks at all of you. And he smiles. Into my office, please. Steps in and waits. Can you all in? As soon as the door is closed and you and the Drakes are there, he turns to Rock, goes down on one knee. My lord, on behalf of Ossir's Drakes, we would like to pledge our mercenary band to your cause. And that's where we're going to leave today's episode.
Get in! Oh, yeah!
But I'm just Kevin.
I'm absolutely confused.
Yeah, just go, Kevin! God damn.
This has been a fun episode. Nice to finally introduce you to parts of the populace in
just a gaggle.
in this place.
I've made so many notes that I can't read.
Yeah,
and I'm
same.
pleased. I can see you all scribbling this time as well. I was like, cool, this is really cool. I'm really pleased.
Yeah, I'll never read them again.
Contessa scares the shit out of me.
Good.
I'm in love.
Good.
Yeah.
That's the general vibe I was going from with the Contessa.
Way too put together and no thoughts whatsoever.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep. And also not picking up on the ambient magic.
Just
What's that
nothing. That's scary as shit.
Yeah.
We will be back with starting to investigate who these people are and whether or not they are responsible for what is going on in Overhang next week. And hopefully, all things align, we will have our wonderful Theo back.
Yeah.
If you are missing Theo,
Miss you, Theo.
Miss you, babe.
their links are in the chat. Theo is a writer, an illustrator, an activist, and a wonderful human being. Check out their website. Check out the wonderful things that they do. They're wonderful. We learn so much from them. We love having them as part of this crew, and we miss them terribly. So we hope that they are feeling much better soon. Going in reverse order, Charlie.
CharlieVince.com is where my cute, colourful kids illustration lives. There's a shop and link to my Instagram on there. And then my slightly spookier stuff lives at CharlieV, CharlieV.com, VEE, which has my growed up prints and my slightly spookier, darker stuff as well. And that's also on Instagram at charlie.veee, 3 E's.
Amazing.
I don't think I have anything mad going on. I mean,
Night.
if you're in Norwich...
Market.
Yeah, if you're in Norwich, there's the night fair next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the Saturday, I'm going to be doing a stall there, which is going to be cool, because it'd be the second one that I've ever done with my more grown-up prints. So.
And the night fair, if you happen to be local or are within reach of Norwich, the night fair is just amazing. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's a market for spooky people.
People who run it are fantastic, and it's goth Christmas. It's wonderful.
It's stunning. Yeah, we love goth Christmas. Yeah, apart from that, it's hi mum, love you mum, of course.
Hi Charlie's mum! We love Charlie's mum. Thank you for staying up with us as well. We know that it's
thanks,
very
Mum.
late.
It's past your bedtime.
So past my bedtime.
It's past my bedtime. But yeah, any support or shout outs or sharing of shit that you can do on my artwork is much appreciated because, like we've said earlier, I am moving house right now and that's expensive as shit. Oh my god! Everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Thank you so much, Charlie. And do check out Charlie's new Gothia stuff. It is beautiful and the prints are gorgeous. Like the story.
If you like weird animals, mental health, and a sprinkling of Satanism, come hang out.
Doesn't sound like our crowd would like that at all.
I know it's nothing like the things you guys are into.
Michelle.
Hi, thanks for watching. If you want to find me, you can't. Except you can find me feeling trickster. I don't really post that often anymore. But join us in the Discord, because that's where I do post stuff, if I do feel like it. I've been drawing a little traditional sketch of my rook from Dragon Age, so I might share that later.
Oh shit, yes, need to see that.
But also, if anyone's going to Dragon Meet this weekend, I'll be there. So if anyone's going, you might be able to find me, but I roll pretty good stealth, so good luck.
She does. She's Skia in real life as well. Only see you when you want to.
We project on this channel.
Yeah.
If you are going to Dragon Meet this weekend, please have an amazing time. Do keep an eye out for our wonderful Michelle. Please don't overwhelm her. She's very friendly, but approach cautiously.
I will
It's easily startled.
Exactly.
But to all our wonderful friends who are going, we wish you an absolutely amazing time, and we'll try and sort out trying to get to one of those as a group very soon.
One day,
I think. Yes. Wayne.
Hi everybody. You can find my stuff pretty much all over the internet under Created by Wayne, which is my website and my handle on social media and my YouTube channel. If you would like to learn more about design and using Canva in a more professional way, I teach all about that stuff, so please do come and say hi. Also, it'd just be lovely to connect with people on socials as well, so if you get a chance, please do just come and say hi. I'm mainly on Instagram. And yeah, that's about it.
And everything Wayne posts and does is so satisfying. Like, deliciously aesthetically satisfying.
Yes, very good.
That's it. Okay, love it, bye.
Yes, Wayne has some free templates that you can download at the moment as well. So if you do go past him, sign up to his newsletter and you will receive not one, not two, but is it 5? 6 templates for social media. How generous is that? That's crazy. Yes, and a little tutorial on how to use them all as well.
Yeah, I got a bit carried away. It's like a mini course anyway.
That's really awesome.
Good. Absolutely brilliant. Really good value for money because it's free. How generous is that? That's crazy. That just leaves me. I am Chris Mepham. Art. I always went RPG for a while. Chris Mepham Art, wherever your media is socialed, which better be Blue Sky or Instagram if you want to talk to me at the moment. Because that other place is hot garbage, and therefore we do not go there anymore. If you're looking to interact with some of the heroes as well, it is mostly me behind the scenes, but you can join us because everybody else helps out from time to time. It is at Some Other Heroes on Blue Sky and Instagram as well.
Yeah, what?
Work-wise, I do not have anything much to talk about. It's all Secret Stevens, although I can hint at the new tarot cards are 4/5 done. new titles coming in the new year for you all. I'm very excited. Thank you to my wonderful cast for all their feedback and support whilst I've gone through that with you all.
We'll be your hype man forever.
I appreciate that. Wow, I mean, look at the talent I've got around me. It's hard not to be hyped by these wonderful, talented people. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's been a wonderful episode. We will see you next week. In the meantime, roll dice, tell stories, take care of one another. Love you lots.
Love you, bye!
Bye!